down and got my kayak here, down on the river, getting ready to push off, go see if I can find some cats. Stay tuned. All right, anchor down and get the first bait out. So all I'm doing is pulling up to places that are got some good woody cover in the water like this for these cats to hang out in. And I've got a big old clamp here attached to my kayak, and I'm just taking and latching onto the structure here to kind of hold me in place. If you end up doing something similar, just keep in mind where you're anchoring down, what your water flow is. Make sure you're safe. It could potentially be dangerous. In this situation, I'm okay. Our water level is really, really low. We don't have a lot of current flowing through here, and so I'm perfectly safe today. All right, so I'm gonna get my bait dropped down. That's just a chunk of crappie that I caught a while back on a Carolina rig. I'm going one line today. Fishing in a kayak like I am, it makes it kind of challenging if you've got more than one line out to deal with the way that I'm fishing. So we're real shallow here, so I probably won't even have to let any line out. Well, there we go. So I'm on bottom right there. I'm just gonna reel down and lift that up and be about 6 to 12 inches off bottom there. Just suspend my bait there and wait for a cat to come around and get a snack. Something's on the bait down there. Something's on it. Hopefully they're big enough to get it in their mouth. Did they get the hook? We're so shallow, I'm concerned they may not have got the hook. I didn't have really much time to get to tighten that line and get a solid hook in them. They kind of just take the bait and they're already right on the surface. That's a nice channel cat though. Nice channel cat. And that's a big channel cat, and that'll be the first one of the year if I can land it. Gotta get my glove on though. These channel cats are tough. Flatheads, they're pretty docile. You can just stick your hand in them and you got them. But these channel cats, you kind of got to wear them down a little bit, and they've got a lot of fight in them. They're a lot of fun to catch, especially this way. When I had, I think I had 3 feet of line out maybe, and he hit it. He took it. Some of you may think I'm a little bit of a wimp for putting a glove on, but these things, especially when you got them on such a short line and you don't get them tuckered out, these channel cats, they really tear your hands up. You can see kind of what they're doing, and that's what they do down there. And when you're in deeper water, I mean, they start rolling when they realize that they're whipped, and that's why you put swivels on your lines. Lose a lot of fish without those swivels. See if I can get him over here to me. I don't know how well he's got that hook, but it's definitely in the bottom of his mouth. Oh. When you're doing this, you just got to take your time. Try to avoid getting that fish to rub the line up against your kayak, or you'll sever your line. I wish it didn't have that in the bottom jaw there. I need to get my other glove on. Left side of the kayak, need the left hand. There we go. That's a challenge to get these cats landed from a kayak like that without your net. That's why I got the gloves. They'll really tear your hands up. This one wasn't too bad though. He was pretty calm for me while I was trying to land him there. See if we can see where that hook is there. Right through the bottom lip. That's dangerous. You got to be careful when you get your hooks like that. What I realized too is I didn't bring my pliers with me, so hopefully we don't end up in a situation where we can't recover a hook. Got our hook. Get that out of my way so I don't get myself caught. All right, that is a nice channel cat. Real dark too. Looks like it might just be some mud on there. I don't know. That's a lot of fun there. When you're, like I said, when you're fishing literally 2 or 3 foot of line, and then that cat takes the bait, and you get later on in the year and they'll hit a lot more aggressive than what this one did. I mean, they'll be real aggressive strikes. Our water temps are still really cold. That's my first channel cat of the year, my first catfish. Well, no, that's my second channel cat of the year. The first one on the river though. I'm glad to find one. It's somewhat concerning not how well you can see, but this river here is a very small river. We have not had any rain. We're in a severe drought, and the water levels are extremely low. You can see over on the banks kind of where that water level typically would be. We're about 5 foot low. So ordinarily this is a shallow river, but especially this year, fishing most places about 2 foot of water, 2 to 3 foot of water. So, you know, I wasn't sure really what to expect out here this year, whether or not it would affect the catfishing, and I guess the jury's still out on that, but we got one here and I'm real happy to get it. So get another look at it, and then we'll get him back in the water and see if we can catch another one. And of course we got the sun right there in front of us, so we're probably not getting a real great picture of him. But that is a nice channel cat. Beautiful fish. Send him home. And that's why you wear gloves. Awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna get this bait back out there. I think he gave us our crappie chunk back. Take a look at it, see if it still looks good. Send it back out, or else cut a new piece and get it out there. I'm glad I got that fish. My original plan had been to turkey hunt today. I did some scouting yesterday evening and didn't find any birds on property that I had access to, so I decided to call an audible, come do some catfishing today, and I was concerned that if I didn't catch any fish, I was really going to regret that choice. You know, I could have possibly still called a bird in this afternoon. But we got that one fish. That's a real nice channel cat. I'm going to go see if I can find some more. Okay, so I've taken a minute. I've beached the kayak because, as you can imagine, that thing right there, it's not very comfy. I've got a pad in there to kind of help my butt out a little bit, but I can only stand so long in the kayak before my butt starts to get pretty sore. So I beached the kayak. I've got my line cast out here. It's pretty shallow, not really any structure in the area, so I don't really have any high expectations for this particular bank setup, but I just need to sit here for a while and let my butt rest before I get back in the kayak and keep working downstream. So it's been a good morning so far. We'll sit here for a little while. When my butt gets ready to keep on going, I'll reel this line in and probably switch it out. I've still got that crappie chunk on it. I'll probably switch it out and get a fresh piece on, and then work my way. Just keep on working downstream, pulling up to these log jams or areas of trying to find locations where there's structure in the water and there's also a little bit of depth there to maybe hold some of these fish, and just keep on sitting on those locations upstream side. Let the current carry the scent of my bait down to where I think those fish are sitting, give it 5-10 minutes at each spot, and just keep on slowly working my way downstream. And hopefully, if we do that long enough, we'll come across another fish or two. Stay tuned. Holy cow. Holy cow. Please don't get snagged. Oh, we broke off. Oh. Oh, that was a big fish. Oh, he broke off. Oh. Dang. Man. And I don't think I brought my leader line with me either. Gosh dang it. Alright guys, I'm rebaited. That one hurt. That was a huge takedown. That was going to be a really nice fish. These takedowns, they often feel a lot bigger, just for the fact that I have such a short line out, but that was a big fish. And that's the game you play when you do this kind of fishing. I am sitting right on top of a log jam. I'm right where those fish are, which gives me a better opportunity to hook into those fish, but also a great opportunity to sever the line just like that one. That's also an excellent example of why you make sure you retie your rigs often. It had been a while since I had retied that rig, and that may have played some part in why that line was it broke so easily. Yeah, I mean, I've got pretty heavy tackle. You know, my rod's a medium heavy, which gives me that enough of an action that the smaller fish are still fun to catch, but more than enough backbone to catch these really big fish. I've got 80-pound mainline braid, 50-pound mono leader. That monofilament is supposed to be more abrasion resistant than my than the braid is. I didn't even think to bring the leader line with me, unfortunately, so I'm going with just the 80-pound braid. I just cut off a section of my main line using that for my leader, so at least I can still have a swivel. I don't like that. The braid is even more prone to abrasion than the mono is. That's the game you play when you fish this way. Got to make sure your tackle is in tip-top shape, ready to go when a big fish comes along, and even then you're still going to have some heartbreaks like that one, and that one hurt. I'll be thinking about that for a long time now. Swimming off the line. Get ready. Oh, dropped it. Dang. Must have been a smaller fish. A lot of times you'll see that happen. You start getting real excited. Oh, your heart starts pounding because you think it's one like the one I had just before this break off, but you never really know when you're fishing a short line like this. That's why it's so exciting. But often you'll see fish situations like that when you start to see your line swim off like that and then they drop it. They tend to typically be smaller fish that couldn't get the bait and the hook in their mouth. He was after it again. I don't think I got it on camera, but we'll see if we can get it this time. He's got it again. Can he get the hook? Let's see. I think he's got it. Yep, got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. Stay out of that stuff down there. Oh, I don't know if I even got him in the mouth. He's all wrapped up. All wrapped up. That swivel's not doing much for us right now. That's a big channel cat. That's exciting. That's so much fun, and that's a nice fish. But it's really just a consolation prize because that one, man, I would have loved to have landed that other fish just to see what it was. Even if I could have just got it to the surface. No, actually, that would have hurt worse. Get that fish to the surface and see it and then don't land it would have hurt worse. I guess it's better off I don't know what it was, but now I can only imagine And I just imagine it being the fish of a lifetime down there on this tiny little river. But nonetheless, we got another nice channel cat here, so I'm gonna see if I can get it landed or not. Get a glove on. I think that other one was probably a flathead, because a lot of times these channel cats will do kind of like, I was thinking this was maybe a smaller fish going for it and couldn't get the bait and the hook, but it's not a small fish, obviously big enough to get the hook, but a lot of times these channel cats, you'll kind of watch your line start to run. The flatheads, you'll either see just a little bit of weight on your rod tip before it goes over, or like this one just hit and all of a sudden the rod just went straight down. A lot of times that's kind of what the flatheads will do, so a little bit of difference there, but a little bit difference in the way they bite. You just kind of get a feel for that as you do this, as you spend enough time doing this. Let some line out there so I've got room to land this fish. Uh-oh. Trying to keep it out of the snags and stuff. Alright. Try really hard not to let your line rub up against the kayak, or you'll definitely lose fish doing that. Once again, I think I need my other glove on. Try and get a hold of him if I can. See if he'll open his mouth for me. Alright. See if I can pop that hook out. I did grab my pliers when I went back for lunch, so I've got those. See, it clamps down on my thumb there. And that circle hook got him just perfect in the corner of the mouth. There we go. I thought. Another really nice channel cat. I mean, that's a big fish. Real nice fish. Only wish I'd landed that other one before him. I'll never forget that. This whole season I'll be thinking about that. Alright. Well, we've had our fun with him. Let's let him go. I'll let him go on this side of the kayak. Alright, that was fun. Gonna see if I can do it again. Let's get a look at this this bait here. Man, I wish I hadn't lost that other fish though. That bait's still in pretty good shape there. Mouth's torn up a little bit. I'm just gonna rehook it and just use the same bait. I'll put another bait out here. That fish took about 10 minutes before it bit, so maybe sit here another 5-10 minutes, see if anything else wants to play. If not, we'll move on downstream. Send that bait down. We're there 5-6 foot deep probably. Suspend that thing just off the bottom and we're back in business. Might be getting a cat from the bank here. Possibly. He's playing with it down there. Uh-oh, did he get me snagged? Okay, I sat back out there, give it a few more minutes. My butt needed another break, so we're doing a little bit of bank fishing here for a minute, and then once my butt feels better, we'll get back out on the kayak and do some more fishing before we call it a day. So if any of you are in the market, get a better kayak than that. Especially if you plan on sitting in that thing for longer than about an hour at a time. You're going to want something that's a little bit more comfortable on your rear end, and on top of that, you're going to want something that's a little bit more stable. This one's really not very stable. It'd be a good one for going out and paddling around a lake and having a little bit of fun that way for short periods of time. But if you're going to be spending extended periods of time sitting in a kayak, you want something a little more stable. You want something that's a little bit more comfortable. So it might cost you a little bit more money, but recommend doing that to get yourself something that you can stand to sit in for very long. So this should probably be where I call it quits. I can't get through there with the kayak, but still plenty of time left in the day. So I'm gonna grab my kayak, try to haul it up on the bank, and try to get around it if I can. I know I'm gonna regret it after I get started doing it, but that's the plan. Really get it this time. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think he got it that time. Try and keep him out of the snags down there. Oh, I hope he's hooked okay. It's kind of hard to get a good hook set when you're fishing with such a short line. Oh yeah. It's another big channel. That might be the biggest of the day. No flatheads today though. That's alright though. That's a really nice channel cat. Oh yeah. Yeah, I hope he's got that hook good. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Oh, this is so much fun. Sitting here fishing literally in 2 foot of water. Got 3 or 4 foot of line out. That's just a fun way to catch these fish. And they're all solid, good quality fish. They're real muscly and strong, got a lot of fight in them. Just a lot of fun to catch this way. Open up. All right, there we go. Get my paddle out of the way if I can. Oh, that is, that's a thrill. That one might take some pliers. That is just another awesome channel cat there. And he's gone. Got the quick release on that one. That's just a lot of fun, guys. I mean, I know I keep saying it, but you just can't even understand what I'm talking about until you get out in a kayak with 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7 foot of line out sometimes, and then you get a nice muscly big old channel cat like that. They pull hard. They're just a lot of fun. They have a lot of fight in them. They're tough. It's just a good time. Can't say enough about it. You get a chance, you need to get out and do this. Really, that bait's still looking okay, but I've got plenty of bait, so I think what I'll do is probably change it out. There's still some juice in there, some of the nice oils, some scent still in there, but I think I'll go ahead and change that bait out and get a fresh piece on. See if he's got it. Pick up on him. Oh, well, whatever had it's got it, but it's a turtle. That's unfortunate. That's not really something that I want to deal with right now. But he got it. Stupid thing. Try and get that hook out of him. Wonder how much of a pain this is gonna be. Probably not as much of a pain as that hook is in his neck. I hope he just comes off. Well guys, I think what I'm gonna do is paddle on over here to this bank over here. My butt's real sore again. I think I've gone about as far as I care to go with the kayak, so I'm gonna beach her over there, let my butt kind of heal up a little bit, cast a line out, probably give it a half hour or so, see if I get bit again. If I do, I'll clip that on here at the end of the video. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and call this the closing. I had a great trip. I had a lot of fun out here today. It wasn't a quantity kind of day, as I had sort of alluded to that it probably would not be at the start of the video. It typically isn't when I'm fishing this way, or really anytime I'm fishing on this body of water. Typically not a quantity kind of thing, but the fish that I did get were all real good quality. 3 real nice channel cats. Man, I would have loved to have caught whatever it was that broke me off over there in that one deep hole. That felt like a really, really nice fish. That one will stick with me for a while. I'm a little heartbroken over that, but I sure appreciate you guys watching. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too, and we'll see you in the next one.